Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about switching techniques in networking. In the previous classes, we have seen that what is the network interface unit and all of the MAC address and all of this. And today we are going to discuss about the switching techniques. So, what is this basically switching in networking? Okay. So, and one important thing that if you want to know that what is the full form of this MAC address, the full form of this MAC address is called uh, media access control. Okay, full form is MAC is, remember, media access control. Okay, media access control. Now we move forward to the switching techniques. What is switching techniques? Switching techniques are used to efficiently transmit data across the network. Across the network, the two types of switching techniques employed nowadays, the first one is circuit switching and the second one is packet switching. Okay, circuit switching, packet switching, both are the rapidly used in the network system right now. So again I am repeating that what is switching techniques. Switching techniques are used to efficiently transmit data across the network. That means when one data transmit from one computer to another computer, or one network from another network, or one workstations to another workstations, or whatever you say, one node to another node, we have to use the network. Because when we send a message through WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, we have to use connect with the first the network. Na? First we on our mobile data, then we can only send the message, otherwise the message will not send. But after connecting the network, your message will be sent smoothly from the receiver end that receive the message, and sender can send the message smoothly. Both processes happen smoothly. That time only that smoothly functions will be done by these switching techniques. Your message will go to the destinations from the source smoothly. That is the main functions of switching techniques. One is circuit, one is packet. Now we are coming to what is circuit switching, what is packet switching. Both are the same functions. The two switching techniques are actually transmit the message efficiently, but their transmissions process are different. Let's check. What is circuit switching? Circuit switching is a technique in which a dedicated and complete physical connection is established between two nodes, and through this dedicated communications channel, the nodes may communicate. The circuits guarantees the full bandwidth of the channel and remains connected for the durations of the communication sessions. Even if no communication is taking place in a dedicated circuit, that channel still remains unavailable to other users. That means the ideal channel. Ideal means which is not actually transmitting any kind of data. That is ideal. If you don't have any kind of work, that means you are ideal right now. The defining example of a circuit switch network is the early analog telephone network. Early analog telephone network. So when a call is made from one telephone to another, understood this example very carefully. When a call is made from one telephone to another, switches within the telephone exchange create a continuous wire circuit between the two telephones for as long as the call lasts. That means when there is a old kind of telephone, that is called actually the land phone. The BSNL services are there, MTNL, BSNL. So that time when we call one person to another, that is actually where, because there one common board is there, and there you are variably connected on that board, and there is exchange offices there. Okay, so, but when you call another person through an by your that's landline number, phone, telephone. So one packet switch, that means one circuit switch between circuit switching technique has been take place between these two, between the calling at the call last, for as long as the call lasts. That means that via that wire one circuit switching messages will be passes every time as long as you hold the calls until you cut the call actually or put down the receivers. So this is the process. So what is that? That which is dedicated and complete physical connection, not any wireless, physical connections. Physical connection means wire connections. Okay, is established between two nodes. What is the two nodes? One telephone is from your end, another telephone from the receiver end, and through this dedicated communications channel, because there is what is called dedicated communication channel, because your communication channel is fixed, you cannot change your channel. When you can establish your call from one telephone to another telephone, that is channel is fixed. So from that fixed channel, the circuit guarantees the bandwidth of the channel. The bandwidth, that means the maximum capacity of that channel. The bandwidth of the channel, and remains connected for the durations of the communication session. Remains connected of the duration of the communication session means that until the communications process is end, the circuit switching has been remains connected to that much of time when until your phone call is cut. Even if no communication is taking place in a dedicated circuit, that channel still remains available to the users. Suppose nobody can call no one, so that channels are becomes ideal that time. Okay, that time no users on that dedicated channel, but channel is there. When call is happened, the channel is being active, the circuit switching process has been started. But when there is no call is happened, then that time the channel also exists, but that channel becomes an ideal mode. So the defining example of circuit switching network is early analog telephone, that I'll lightly give the example right now. That is, now comes to the packet switching. What is packet switching? Packet switching is a switching technique in which packets, what is the packets here? That is a fixed size given here. This block of data of fixed size and of any content type or structure. That is actually packets means there is a informations packet. What is the inside in the packet? The informations, the data that will passed. That is. So packet switching is a switching technique in which the packets of the data and fixed size of any content or type of structure are routed between nodes over data links shared with other traffic. The term packets refers to the fact that the data stream from your computer is broken up into packets of about 200 bytes on average. So when you send a large amount of data, that time that data will be break down into max 200 bytes packet. Suppose your data will be 1024 bytes. So that 1024 bytes divided into 200 byte, 200 byte, 200 byte in the suppose 5 to 6 packets. Okay, 5 to 6 packet on an average. Some packets may be 220, some packet may be 210, some packet may be 190, 195. It may be happens on an average 200 bytes. So which are then sent to onto a network, and each packet contains a header. What is the header? This is the main thing. Each and every packet has an header with information necessary for routing the packet from source to destinations. So when you order a parcel from Flipkart or Amazon or whatever, and that when the delivery boy comes to your house, by which that the address you given, so that is actually pasted that slip in front of your packet, in front of your parcels, which will be visible to everybody, to everyone who see your packet. So what is that? Is the header. So same thing in the packet also. In the packet switching, there each and every packet there is a header. Okay, so that header will be give the informations about that data which is inside that packet. So each packet in a data stream is independent, no packet is dependent with each other. The main advantage of packet switching is that the packets from many different sources can share a line, allowing a very efficient use of the communications medium. With current technologies, packets are generally accepted onto the network on a first come first serve basis. If the network becomes overloaded, packets are delayed or dropped, and this method of data transmissions become the fundamental networking technology behind the internet and most local area network, that is LAN. So in the case of LAN, most of the cases, the packet switching technique is used to transmit the data from one network to from one workstation to another workstation, from one node to another node. Okay. So when there is too much load on a stations on a particular channel, then sometimes the packets are dropped. After the load has been little bit released, then again the packet was loaded on the channel and it's sent to the proper destinations. One is thing, and another thing is saying that different packets are maybe there. Suppose you and your friend supposed to different sources, you are lived one, suppose your one friend sent in the Kolkata, your another friend sent in Delhi, and you live in Asansol. So three friends send the data from three different channels and send to, so maybe it happens that you are all saying the same channels, and all packets are different, so all packets are different here, different data is there. So it is possible to send the different packets and different data on the same channel. It is no need or no mandatory matter is there that only the same kind of data, only the same kind of sources are only send the data packets to only send the data from one network to another network, from one node to another node. That is not. It is already happened that from the different sources the packet can be comes. Now that is data communication. So what is channel and what is bandwidth? The channel is a medium. A channel is a medium. So what is the basically Flipkart and Amazon? That is a medium, na? From the seller and the buyer. Suppose you are the buyers and seller maybe suppose a Bangalore shop. Suppose maybe in the shop in Chennai. So how you can communicate? You maybe know, you may know each other, maybe not know each other, but you can buy the things from through the Amazon and Flipkart because they are the trusted shopping website. So communication channel. So that is a medium who work as a medium between that Chennai shopkeepers and you, who live a buyer who live in Asansol. So in the same way, channel is a medium that is used to transmission the message from one point to another point. In simple terms, we can say that it is a pathway over which data is transferred between remote devices. It may refer to the entire physical medium, such as a telephone line, optical fiber, coaxial cables to state pair cables, or it may refer one to several carrier frequencies transmitted simultaneously within the line. What is the meaning of simultaneously? In the same time, same way, concurrently. So depending on the speed, we have three broad categories of communications channel. One is narrow band, one is called slow band, and which is actually basically narrow band, which is the slow and used to telegraph lines, and what is called low speed terminals, and what is called voice band, the second one. Voice band is used for the ordinary telephones communications, and broadband, which is fastest and used for transmitting large volume of data at high speed. So like we are now all are use the broadband, Geo broadband as there, BSNL broadbands are now currently not so popular, but previously only one broadband service is available, that is called BSNL. Now various kinds of companies are available for Airtel also, MTS broadband available also. Okay, so that's it about the channel. So what is bandwidth? Bandwidth is an electronic communications. Bandwidth refers the range of frequencies available of transmission of data. That means how much data you can transmit from that medium, that channel. That is called bandwidth. So it is the expressed as the difference by the unit is hertz. It's represented by hertz, and small is represents capital H and small z between the first frequency, because all you know, if you have science background, if you know the physics in sound chapter, you all know that is a unit of the sound and the frequencies are there, frequencies and periodic time. So that frequencies and periodic time is the unit is hertz. So highest frequency and the lowest frequency. So for example, a typical voice signal has bandwidth approximately 3 kilohertz. Okay, always remember this is the important thing. This type of questions may come, that what is the approximate voice signal bandwidth is 3, 4, 5, 6. So the right option is 3 kilohertz. So wider the bandwidth of the communication system, greater is the capacity, and hence greater in the amount of data that can be transmitted to period of time. Now it is also important transfer rate, data transfer rate, which is most important thing when we can download any file, when we can upload any file, that time the transfer rate. That is the two kind of speed are there in a network. One is uploading speed, one is downloading speed. Both are important. That is the downloading speed, this one, the uploading speed, this one. So what is that? The data is the amount of data in a digital form that is moved from one place to another in a given time on a network, as studied before. The greater bandwidth of a given medium is higher than the data transfer rate. According to the broadband, the voice band and the lower band is obviously less, because broadband is a high speed channel. So from that channel we can easily pass the large amount of data, and this can also refer to the throughput. And although data transfer rate applies specifically digital data stream, data transfer rate is often measured in bits per second. Obviously, this is also important thing. What is the unit of data per second? Data per second is units. Data transfer rate (DTR) rate unit is BPS, bits per seconds. In 1 second, how many bits are transferred? That is called bits per seconds. Okay, that is the bits per second. So although the bit, so which is one is the bit per second is also used. So it is commonly used to measure how fast data is transferred from one location to another. For example, your ISP, that is internet service provider. What is your internet service provider? Maybe Jio, maybe Airtel, maybe BSNL. Your internet service provider may offer an internet connections with a maximum data transfer rate with 4 Mbps, max to max. So data transfer rate is 4 MB per second. 4 MB data passed per seconds. Now which is most important, another important thing, that is different network types. So what is the network types? That on the basis of the geographical span or the geographical location wise, the network can be broadly categorized as a PAN, LAN, MAN and WAN. Okay, PAN, LAN, MAN and WAN. What is PAN? Personal area network. What is LAN? Local area network. What is MAN? Metropolitan area network. And what is WAN? That is wide area network. Okay, that is wide area network. So a personal area network is a computer network used to communicate among computers and devices close to one person. Some example of devices that are used in a PAN are personal computers, printers, fax machines, telephones, PDAs, scanners, each and everything. That is personal. That is completely your network, your own. You are used by this is your own way. So personal area network is a network used by communications among computers and devices close to one person. Remember this line. This is important. Close to one person. So which is the limited. Okay, your telephones machine, your printer, your computers, only one person will be accessed. And what is the LAN? Local area network. Local area network is also a private network, can span a radius up to 1 kilometer. It max to max radius is 1 kilometer. So these are generally established within a building campus like schools, laboratories, and suppose your college labs. Okay, so suppose in your school lab there is a LAN connections is there. Okay, so LAN operate can speed in the range of 10 Mbps to 1 Gbps per second. So 10 MB per second to 1 gigabyte, megabyte, 10 megabyte per second, and 1 Gbps, that is a gigabyte per second, max to max. And what is the metropolitan area network? Metropolitan area network is it's little bit larger than the LAN. Metropolitan may be owned by a single organizations by many individuals of the organization. Suppose there is a company, suppose XYZ Private Limited. So that XYZ Private Limited have many branches in many parts of Asansol or Raniganj. Suppose one branch in Asansol, one branch in Raniganj, one branch in Durgapur. So that time you suppose the metropolitan area network. So metropolitan area network means single organizations or by many or individuals organizations. These networks are used basically establish the links within a city. Suppose in your Asansol there is two different parts of Asansol. Suppose one is in Kanyapur, one is suppose in Banpur. So within the 50 kilometers or within that 50 kilometers you have two offices, and that time you have to establish metropolitan area network, max to max radius. That's the radius, not an radius means in a circle way. 50-kilometer radius in a circle process. Okay. WAN is W area network, that is WWW, about 1000 kilometers span. They are used long distance communications well switched and connecting the remote areas also. So this established the link within a country or a continent. Okay, so देखो where it is referring to the country, this is within 50 kilometer within a city, and this one is refer basically within a building, within a school, within a college, within an office, and this one is basically within your personal, that is your personal home. So this is the, in this way you can remember. So personal area network radius is very, it is max to max 10 meters because your personal Bluetooth, so it is actually working on your personal home. If you anybody outside in your home, that cannot be accessible. Local area network within a building, within a campus. Metropolitan area network within a city, and wide area network within a country or continent. Okay, now this is the most important medium also is there, that is called the network concept about transmissions medium. What is transmission medium? Transmission medium basically refers to the channel of transmissions through the which data can be transmitted from one node to another node. Okay. A signal encodes the data from a suitable transmissions on the medium. So a medium is characterized by its bandwidth and defining the informations carrying the capacities of the medium. So the common methods of internet access by users including the dial-up with a computer modem, via telephone circuits, broadband over coaxial cables, whatever you have, by the wireless or through the Wi-Fi and the 3G and 4G. What is the guided medium? The term refers to a physical conductors such as twisted pairs, coaxial cables. Fiber optics is twisted pair and coaxial cable. The signal travels as voltage and current signal, whereas the optical fiber and signal is the form of the light. So this is the thing. Okay. So the term refers to the physical conductors basically. Physical conductors such as twisted pair and coaxial cable and fiber optics. So in guided medium you have to need a cable. It's not be happen in the wireless. Okay, it's maybe a wire, a cable needed. An unguided medium is basically called electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic waves. Let's take the machine like magnetic wave are there. Suppose a scanning machine in your medical sector. There's scanning machines, USD machines. There is a wave and some magnetic wave is there. That is called the unguided. That is the radio wave, infrared, microwave. Okay. So these images are very much important. Communication medium, two, guided and unguided. So unguided is I say just right now, that is wireless, and guided is obviously cable, with cable or wire. And what is the different parts of the guided? Three, twisted pair cable, coaxial cable and optical fiber cable. So this is the most expensive cable, that is the optical fiber cable. Optical fiber cable is now provided by the Jio Broadband. Another also twisted pair cable is little bit less, and coaxial cable is little bit the price between twisted pair and coaxial and optical fiber. And what is the unguided? Unguided is basically three, radio, micro and infrared waves. From the next classes we are discuss about the topologies. So that's all for today. Thank you.